Hey everybody, I'm Axel, the Wondrous Writing Witch. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. Today is my birthday. I am 27 years old, and it's been an interesting year. It's been a bit of a rough year, if I'm being honest. A bit bittersweet, but we're rolling, we're still trucking, we are still moving forward. Today, we are talking about my favorite plot devices when it comes to storytelling. Now, a plot device is not the same thing as a trope. I still think I might add this into the trope playlist, but we will see. As always, I would love to chat with you guys about your favorites in the comments below, and if you could do all the things to please the algorithm gods, like, subscribe, ring that bell, I would vastly appreciate it. Otherwise, on to my favorite plot devices. So the first one on this list, I'm not quite sure if it is technically a plot device or a trope. My research is a little split, and so I didn't get a definite answer, but love triangles are something that I really enjoy the idea of, but not the execution. Because most of the time love triangles aren't love triangles at all, and I wish they would stop calling them that, because they're really just V's, where usually there's a girl and two guys, usually brothers or best friends, are fighting over her. I'm talking to you, Vampire Diaries. What the fuck? That shit's gross. It's gross, it's toxic, and I'm not here for it, okay? The idea of a love triangle is way better than the execution that most people give us, okay? If we're talking about a love triangle, we're talking about a nice, healthy throuple, okay? A triangle, not a V. The other two people don't like each other 9 times out of 10 in the situation that we are presented with. And it's just annoying. And if I was the person in the bottom, in the V, where people were fighting over me, you might like it for the first 30 seconds. You might feel flattered, but then the drama's gonna get real old real quick. And also, if the two are brothers, do you really want to be the one tearing up a family? Because this is just weird. It's just a toxic environment. But if we get it the way that it could be, like a healthy throuple, that could be glorious, that could be beautiful and fulfilling and loving and not toxic. We could have drama, but can the drama be, meaningful and not superficial and melodramatic? Please. If we're going to do love triangles, do an actual triangle. And if you're gonna do a V, have the person who's being fought over just dip. Just have him dip and say, fuck this, I'm out. Please and thank you. Have some self-respect, everybody involved. Next on this list is the MacGuffin, okay? Because I like shiny things, so if you're telling me our character has to go on a mission to find the shiny thing, my cat brain will engage, and I'm here for it. If we're going to find the Dragon Balls, the Chaos Emeralds, the Infinity Stones, whatever have you, whatever we're going to locate, I am here for this mission. It is a little bit more lighthearted generally when we are going after a MacGuffin, and it's just kind of a nice ride-along to see what the characters are going to do to catch this usually useless object. It is more interesting if they have more plot relevance, but then I'm not quite sure it qualifies as a MacGuffin. So, MacGuffins. You either love them or you hate them. Number 3 on this list is a red herring. I love when I think I have everything figured out. I am so positive that I know who the murderer is, who the villain is actually going to be, and then bam, we get the rug pulled out from under us, and the writer says, gotcha. They say, just kidding, you all thought it was this dickish person over here, but really it's the sweet, silent cinnamon roll that no one was paying attention to because they're small and cute, but really, they're the ones planning to end the world. I live for that shit. Okay, I live for it. I am a very analytical person, so if I think I can tell the ending of your book, it's not bad, because I do need to understand it, but it is so much better when you can't, or when you think you have it, but you don't. And I love that feeling. I love that, wait, what? If I'm not sitting there frustrated at the book due to this plot twist or due to this red herring, it's not good enough. I need to be frustrated that I was wrong. And it works a good amount of the time. Sometimes it's really obvious, don't get me wrong, but occasionally someone will hit it right on the mark and you won't have any idea until you read that last chapter or read whatever area the plot twist takes place in, and then you're going to retroactively just go through the rest of the book and be like, oh, it makes so much sense. Live for it. Live for it. I eat it up like fucking cheese. Make me frustrated at your book. That's what I want. I want emotions. I want to be angry that I could not tell what was going on. I love it. I just do. It's so much fun. Is Chekhov's gun. It is one of the oldest and most tried and true plot devices out there, and I love it. I'm going to sit through the entire book waiting for the poisoned tea to be drank, waiting for the gun to be fired, waiting for whatever seemingly inconsequential thing that was mentioned to be put into play. And it's just glorious because if you're familiar with it, you're going to be waiting for it and kind of looking for it. It's just an interesting kind of game. Like, when is it going to happen? If you don't know too much about it, then or if you don't notice it, then you're going to be surprised. And it's just a nice surprise. But I am almost never surprised. But I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy the game and enjoying the when is it going to happen. So that's why I like Chekhov's gun. It's just a neat little kind of ride along and see when it's finally going to come into play. The smallest things can have the biggest impact sometimes, and that's neat. Coming in at number 1 is the quibble. I think that's an amazing word. Quibble, 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 quibble. It's really fun to say. I didn't know it was called that. I'm gonna call it the Fey trap. And that's because a quibble is when you or your character follows the deal or bargain to the letter and not the spirit. And that shit's just great. When you find a good loophole and you fulfill the deal, just not the way the person intended, that shit's glorious. They eat it up like cheese, and I will never not enjoy it. Well, if it's done well. If it's done well, I will never not enjoy it. Everything can be done poorly, but this is one of my favorite plot devices of all time. I live for loopholes and seeing how the character is going to slither out of said bargain. Maybe it's a Faustian bargain? Those are the best. So, those are my favorite plot devices. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Until next week, spread all the love and joy you can. Bye.